I feel that is just the writer tripping over himself to force the outcome he wants. Now, okay. Friends, enemies, and those who haven't quite decided yet, welcome back. This is Jack. I'm going to be talking about the most recent things going on in the Jujutsu Kaisen manga. So if you're only following the anime or you're not up to date, feel free to hit subscribe and see you on the next one. I feel Gege is tripping over the finish line with his manga. He really is. Now, there are two prime examples of where it bothers me. You can call me a Gojo stan for this one. I made a video explaining how he could return to the story and it not just be a Gojo winning everything for everybody. But his death bothered me. Not that he died, but how they killed him. They go from the narrator even saying Gojo wins to next one he's cut in half and dead. Or dying. That feels like lazy writing. And then the explanation for how Sukuna can do it is he learned an ability to cut through all of reality. And then even they're like, oh yeah, and I never even brought out the full power of Sukuna. Sukuna was getting his ass kicked a majority of that fight. He was relying on his 10 Shadows ability to even stand up to Gojo throughout most of it. And then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, Sukuna was holding back the whole time. He was having fun. I feel that is bunk. I feel that is just the writer tripping over himself to force the outcome he wants. Now, okay. Now, if it was just that, I wouldn't have made a video. I wouldn't have talked about it. I wouldn't have cared. But now, in the most recent one, Sukuna, once again, survives by plot armor. He was pulled into the courthouse of someone's domain expansion, whose character name I can't pronounce, I'm not going to try, and he was ruled as guilty, sentenced to death and confiscation. I don't know what confiscation would have done, we really don't know, but death is kind of self-explanatory. And now he just walks out of the domain expansion perfectly fine. Like nothing happens to him. This is once again them not wanting to explain how he's doing anything. Like in a anime and manga that went out of their way to explain the rules of their universe, Sukuna gets to ignore them and just do whatever he wants. Now you could say it's his insane amount of experience and all that stuff, but give us that explanation. Or actually show us what he did. You don't have to explain it. Just show us what he did. Or something along the lines. Like how he beat Gojo's again. Doesn't show him getting cut in half. Doesn't show him using this dimensional cut ability. Nope, just he's dead. That's fine. Survives the courthouse where you're not able to do violence, but is able to walk out of it perfectly fine, even though he was sentenced to death and whatever the hell confiscation was. So I do feel the writer is tripping over himself to force the ending he wants. And I can get why that happens. And I wish he would take a second, even if he had to take a short break, to explain things better. But that's just me. I do like the anime. I do like the manga. I just felt I had to point these out. All right. On the next one.